Embryogenesis begins with fertilization of male and female gametes. It is divided into three phases, where the phase 1 is from week 0 to week 4. It involves cellular proliferation, cellular migration, and differentiation of cell population. Phase 2 is from week 5 to week 8. It involves differentiation of all major external and internal structures and morphogenesis. Phase 3 is from week 9 to term. It involves growth and maturation of tissues. Formation of tissue begins with fertilization of newly appearing ovum from the adjacent ovaries. Fertilization then takes place in the distal part of the uterine tube when the sperm contacts the egg. The fertilized egg then grows and is turned into a zygote. Progressive cell division results in a bowl of cells referred to as the morula. The morula grows and begins migration medially to the uterus, which reaches at the end of the first week. The uterine cavity, meanwhile, prepares for the arrival of the fertilized ovum. As the fluid seeps into the morula, its cells realign themselves to form a fluid-filled hollow bowl referred to as blastocyst. Two populations of cells can now be distinguished within the blastocyst. Those that line the cavity or primary yolk sac are called trophoblast cells, and the small cluster of cells within the cavity are called as the inner cell mass or the embryoblast. It is the cells of the embryoblast that will now form the embryo proper. The trophoblast cells are associated with implantation of the embryo and then result in formation of the placenta. At about day 8 of gestation, the cells of embryoblast differentiate into two-layered disc called the bilaminar germ disc. The dorsal layer is the ectodermal layer. These cells are columnar and they reorganize to form the amniotic cavity. This eventually becomes the epithelium or the epidermis. The ventral cell layer is the endodermal layer. These cells are cuboidal and form the roof of the second cavity called the secondary yolk sac. During the first 2 weeks, the axis of the embryo is established. It is represented by slight enlargement of ectodermal and endodermal cells at the rostral or the head region. Within the ectoderm, a structure called primitive streak develops along the midline. This is a narrow groove with slightly bulging sides. The rostral end of the streak ends in a small depression called the primitive node or pit. At this node, the cells of the ectodermal layer divide and migrate between the ectoderm and the endoderm to form a solid column that pushes forward in the midline. This cord of cells is referred to as the notochord, and its function is to support the primitive embryo. On the dorsal surface of the embryonic disc, the ectoderm forms the neural plate, whose lateral boundaries elevate to form a neural tube. This would eventually become the brain and the spinal cord. The endodermal cells also form a tube which will become the gastrointestinal tract. This tube elongates anteriorly and develops out pouchings that form the pharyngeal pouches. The nervous system develops as thickening within the ectodermal layer at the rostral end of the embryo. This area is referred to as the neural plate. This rapidly forms raised margins called neural folds, which depresses and forms a midline depression called the neural groove, which forms the neural tube as seen earlier. Meanwhile, during this time, the ectodermal cells migrate between ectoderm and endoderm and divides continuously to form mesoblast. This gives rise to mesoderm adjacent to the notochord, thus forming triploblastic embryo. The next 3 weeks of development involves organ differentiation, which includes formation of head and face. This happens by folding of embryo along the rostral and the caudal ends. And this is a flowchart that depicts the whole of embryogenesis. Thank you.